For example, in Avatar, you're sort of invested in the Na'vi. So when humans show up, invade the Na'vi, and destroy their sacred tree and terrorize Pandora, you find yourself hating your own species and siding with the Na'vi, which is a unique feat, especially in today's sort of CGI saturated cinema. It's we don't usually cheer for fully animated aliens over our own race. It's bold storytelling for sure, but still locked into a very binary us versus them narrative.
Breaking into the film industry feels impossible. Every aspiring filmmaker knows the struggle. Years of passion, countless hours studying cinema, and yet no clear path forward. The industry feels like a locked door and no one is giving you the key. I know that feeling because I've lived it. I grew up captivated by Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Pulp Fiction, Taxi Driver, so on and so forth. I went to film school expecting to walk out with connections and career opportunities. Instead, I graduated with 0 leads and a sinking feeling that my dream was slipping away. Everything changed when I uncovered the key lessons every successful filmmaker eventually learns, but no one is talking about. These lessons aren't found in film school or industry gatekeeping blogs. They came from real filmmakers doing the work, people who have found ways to break in, build careers, and make films outside the Hollywood machine. That's why I created my podcast, interviewing filmmakers from Bradenton and Sarasota who have actually made it happen. They're working, thriving, and proving that a career in the filmmaking industry is possible. Now I'm inviting you behind the scenes. Join my Patreon and get exclusive, unfiltered access to the knowledge and insights that can help you forge your own filmmaking path. Full-length, uncut podcast interviews are available with working filmmakers sharing their real experiences, struggles, and successes. There's going to be in-depth critiques where I break down storytelling, cinematography, and filmmaking techniques in some of my favorite films. There's going to be behind-the-scenes updates on my book, The Lodestar Manifest. There's also going to be a 7-day free trial for anybody who wants to try my Patreon out. There's also opportunities to explore an exclusive one-on-one collaboration with myself where I'll personally watch your film or read your script and give you practical, actionable feedback to elevate your work. If you're serious about filmmaking, this is where you start. Join now and let's create old stories today. Go to patreon.com/Zach Golden.
It's not like this hasn't been done before. With Westerns like The Searchers or Yulzana's Raid, they tackle sort of the same thematics of confronting one's own culture and history, but through a Western genre lens. Fantastic Planet, though, is completely different from Avatar, from Yulzana's Raid, from The Searchers. It does something else entirely. The first half of Fantastic Planet is all about relating to the Drogs, the blue aliens of Egom. And they're not some faceless, unknowable species, all right? They have pets, they have families, they have rituals and a work-life balance. They even have politics broadcasted on TV for education and entertainment purposes. They are in many ways more relatable to us than the human characters of Fantastic Planet, who are sort of depicted as these lesser, primitive, animalistic beings that are treated as pets, essentially. I mean, it's very Planet of the Apes. But then comes Ter, the human messianic character, and he gains access to the Drogs' knowledge, and he learns their ways, and this is about halfway through the movie. And at that point, you start switching sides consciously. You go from empathizing with the Drogs to now you're cheering on the human race. And this shift, it doesn't feel forced. It feels very natural. It's and naturally so. I think we're going to be naturally drawn to cheering for humans over aliens. And Fantastic Planet just sort of shines a spotlight on that dynamic. And that's sort of the brilliance of René Laloux, is he doesn't make one side evil and the other righteous. Instead, he shows you the value of both sides. Where Avatar paints in this sort of, this picture of, good Na'vi, bad humans, Fantastic Planet sort of lives in between. You root for the humans because of course you want them to be free, but you don't necessarily want the drags destroyed. When the humans start destroying the statues that the drags use to interact with other civilizations, you actually feel for the drags. You actually feel bad that they're mentally disconnecting from each other and they're getting blind because of it, and the humans are blowing up the statues, and like you're not satisfied by that situation. You wouldn't like it if that's how the story ended. And it's not until the film's final shot when the voiceover of the historian narrates how the drogs and the humans, they learn to coexist. It's not until that final shot that you feel a sense of closure and you're actually satisfied with the circumstance. Now that said, if you don't know anything about me, I am a huge Avatar fan. I saw Way of Water twice in theaters. And while I'm excited about those films and I'm looking forward to the third one, I am concerned about the future of that franchise because of this particular risk, not just because of the massive budget that it takes to make those films, not just because of the poor use of the cast and crew, but the greater risk is as Cameron pulls us deeper into Pandora and aligns us more and more with the Na'vi, he's drifting further and further from humanity. Ironically, he's alienating the audience from the human race. If by the end of the whole Avatar franchise, there's no redemption or coexistence for the human race with the Na'vi, odds are it'll land in an ethically hollow place that would feel really dissatisfying. And time will tell if Cameron sees that coming or not.